How to become a rich second-generation heir in 3 steps. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. He watched as the small boat slowly sank beneath the surface, his face full of tension, because the person he had just killed was his beloved brother. Ripley had originally been a janitor, never attending college, but he possessed 3 natural talents: mimicking others, observing others, and controlling the stars. No matter how famous you were, if he heard you play the piano once, he could imitate it perfectly. Wealthy businessman Greenleaf, desperate to bring his hedonistic son Dickie back from Italy, mistakenly took Ripley, who worked at a laundromat and could occasionally mimic others' signatures. As Dickie's friend, Greenleaf offered him a large sum of money to represent Dickie in Europe. For Ripley, this wasn't just a task, it was a godsend. He had long envied Dickie's lifestyle, spending money without care, wrapped in sunshine and luxury. It was a life he could never reach, no matter how hard he tried. Upon arriving in Italy, Ripley was like a snake, quietly waiting to strike. He carefully inserted himself into Dickie's life, mimicking his style, his speech, even the way Dickie whistled. He became nothing more than a shadow of Dickie. Ripley understood that this relationship wouldn't last long, so one night, as they soaked in the bath together, Ripley extended his hand into the water. It was both a subtle hint to Dickie and a test of crossing the line. But Dickie, thinking of him only as a free companion, took advantage of Ripley's constant flattery. He would even listen to records in stores, treating Ripley like he wasn't even there. What made it worse was when Greenleaf sent Ripley a termination letter. Nothing had been accomplished in so long, and Greenleaf didn't want to continue paying. This gave Dickie the perfect excuse to get rid of him, but instead of firing him, Dickie invited Ripley to see a house the next day, calling it their farewell trip. Once they arrived, Dickie rented a boat. On the boat, Dickie bluntly accused Ripley of being a parasite, and told him he would never be like us. These words shattered the last of Ripley's illusions and what little dignity he had left. In an instant, he grabbed an oar and struck Dickie. Blood stained the boat and the surrounding sea. At that moment, Ripley completed his first identity theft. He pushed Dickie's lifeless body into the sea.